Hey there, my name is Joey Randazzo. I'm the owner of SEO Growth Partners based in Portland, Oregon, and Google is absolutely on a rampage lately. I'm filming this video on September 17th is the date that I'm filming this. And we've seen just a huge uptick in Google business profile suspensions, both soft suspensions and hard suspensions. We've been getting inbound inquiries of, hey, our profile is suspended, our profile is suspended, our profile is suspended. And it's for a variety of reasons, right? It seems like Google's just almost trigger happy with just suspending accounts that may not need to be suspended. um, so what does that mean? What can you do about it? Well, I mean, the first thing is make sure that you're following Google's guidelines as closely and as strictly as possible. If your account is not suspended, but you're worried about it, I would go to Google Business Profile guidelines, and you'll see Google's guidelines here. And that even means that, this is a tough thing to balance. If you're currently using a gray hat strategy, let's say I'm going to use an example of an inbound inquiry that we got. I'm going to change some details slightly, but let's say you're a video production company and you're located in Seattle and you operate out of your home, and your home is currently your Google business profile address. And you claim that you're a storefront. You claim that you're an actual brick and mortar on Google Business Profile. You've got a physical address essentially, and that physical address is basically telling Google that customers are allowed to just walk up to your door and come inside during your business hours. Technically, that's incorrect, right? Like as a video production company operating out of your home, you should be a service area business. And if you're active right now and you're still kind of working through that loophole, it could be a matter of time before you get suspended. So do you want to get suspended and deal with that suspension, and have that be a really painful process, and you're willing to risk that gain of, in the meantime, you're ranking or you're driving traffic, you're performing, or do you want to get ahead of that now and change to a service area business now because that accurately represents your business? You're a video production company in Seattle. You travel around Seattle doing video shoots and whatnot. That would be more accurate. And I would recommend considering doing that now. Now, if your business did get suspended, what can you do about it? Well, first, review the guidelines, and make sure that you're within proper guidelines. And then you can go ahead and follow the instructions that are listed here about, submitting a reinstatement and all of that type of stuff. The issue is that this is the big issue right now. So many accounts are getting suspended. Google says, yeah, we'll respond within 3 days. That is not true. We're seeing an average response rate of 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. And so that's really, really disappointing because a lot of these businesses are legitimate, right? They're getting suspended for reasons that are not quite clear. And a lot of them are even hard suspensions. And a hard suspension versus a soft suspension is a hard suspension means your business does not show up on Google at all. So your business is suspended. You can still get into the back end of your Google business profile, but nobody on the front end can see it. A soft suspension is a little bit different. It means that your business is still visible on Google, but you can't like update or change things in the back end until you verify some certain elements. So Google's on this rampage. If you are suspended, make sure you're within compliance. First, submit that reinstatement, and then make sure you're in compliance moving forward. If you're not quite suspended yet, but you're worried about it, I would personally get ahead of it. Now, you might think, oh, well, I'm ranking really well right now, and so if I change that, then my rankings will drop or whatever. Well, the issue is that if you get suspended, your account could be suspended for a month, for 2 months, for 3 months. And so is that worth the risk to you? And you can make that decision, but I recommend that you get ahead of it and you stay within compliance. So Google's on this rampage right now. Getting your Google business profile reinstated is very painful. And essentially you're at the mercy of Google. Do everything that Google says. Don't overly spam them every day of, I need an update, or send them a reinstatement before you're prepared to do so. Follow their instructions, because otherwise it's going to be even more of a painful process. But the final thing here is we've gotten some questions of like, hey, can I just like get in touch with someone at Google and they can kind of work some loopholes and help me out? And ultimately the answer is really no. It's really disappointing, but there's very, I don't know of any loopholes to get things reinstated faster. You're kind of at the mercy of the process.